to another episode of Time Out for Black History. We're doing our thought for the day for March 18th, 2021. Um, I saw an article today about Senator Ron Johnson, senator from Wisconsin. So remember, this guy represents the state of Wisconsin. This isn't someone in the House that represents a small little area. This is one of two senators for the entire state of Wisconsin. And he was asked about the Capitol riots, and his response, I think, provides more evidence of kind of the um, different views we have in this country, and that we have a long way to go. So, when asked about the Capitol riots, he basically said that those people out there were, quote, people that love this country, that truly respect law enforcement, would never do anything to break the law, is what he said. And the evidence was overwhelming that that wasn't the case. Law enforcement officers were hurt in this event. But I think even more damaging than that, that's pretty damaging, kind of making these people into heroes. But even worse than that, he followed it up by saying, now, had the tables been turned, now, Joe, this will get me in trouble. Had the tables been turned and President Trump won the election, and those were tens of thousands of Black Lives Matter and Antifa protesters, I might have been a little concerned. So, this is after a conclusion of a summer where we had millions of people march throughout the country in the Black Lives Matter protests. And every study done concluded about 93% of all protests were nonviolent. And the violence that did occur, most of it was law enforcement directed toward the protesters. So you have a man here who represents an entire state who has sent out a general statement or vibe that those people at the Capitol were peace-loving patriots, and the Black Lives Matter people were violent criminals, and that he would have been terrified if those were Black Lives Matter protesters out there. So when you need evidence that shows you why we have children growing up in this country who still believe what they believe, this is the evidence for that. When these are the messages they hear, and the fact that he has the potential of being reelected again despite saying this horrific thing about a segment of the population that has no basis. So again, I keep calling on people to just look at the facts, look at the information that's presented to you, and decide whether you think this is the right direction or this is the wrong direction. And if this is the wrong direction, his own party should be asking for his removal. He's not willing to acknowledge wrongdoing. He's doubling down on all of it. I'm totally one of those people that believes people get a chance. Articulate out your mistakes. But if you're going to double down and still continue to say the same things, that doesn't work. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon.